Okay, before the phone rang, I think we were right at 3 great records in a row. And my choice, John Barleycorn. Low Spark of High-Heeled Boys. Shootout at the Fantasy Factory. Can't go wrong with Traffic. Lots and lots of great great three album runs in a row. Next one up is your 80s soundtrack. Well, I've only got it. Seems I don't know what movies were made in the 80s and what weren't, but I got 2 here I'm going to show you. One is Streets of Fire, Rock and Roll Fable. It's got some, guess if I'm going to tell you what it's got, I got to see it. But it's got One Bad Stud by the Blasters, Blue Shadows by the Blasters, Hold That Snake by Ry Cooder. A couple other ones, The Fix. And from one of my favorite movies ever, Roadie. This movie, and I don't know if you've seen this movie or not, but the soundtrack, you got Cheap Trick, Pat Benatar, Joe Ely, Alice Cooper, Teddy Pendergrass, Eddie Rabbitt, Steve Bishop and Yvonne Elliman, Jay Ferguson, Styx, Sue Sadden the Next, Blondie, Alice Cooper again, Roy Orbison and Emmylou Harrison. Oh, they do that Lovin' You Feelin' Again. Jerry Lee Lewis, Hank Williams Jr., and Texas Me and You by Asleep at the Wheel. If you don't know this movie, it stars Meatloaf and Art Carney, and I think it's hilarious, but it's not a great movie. I just think it's a fun movie, you know? Folks, we've lost this year. Jerry Lee Lewis. Goddamn, the killer. I don't have everything he's released, but I think I got 28 or 29 LPs. But I like the picture on this one. He's an angry young guy. I think this is a 1979 copy of, actually, the name of this album is Jerry Lee Lewis. He switched to Elektra. This is an Elektra LP. He was on Sun and Mercury and Smash and a bunch of other. Last Man Standing. He's been around a long, long time. Okay. The next question here is disappointing purchase in 2002, and we've got another twofer. One of my favorite purchases was Springtime in New York, the 4 LP set from Third Man Records. And I liked it so much that I went and signed up for a year of their Vault Club. And I got a Jack White live at an art museum. That was all right. I got a Carole King live in Central Park. It was pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of either one of those. And then I got what may have been the most disappointing record I ever got. It's a 4 LP set called Sleep. The band is called Sleep. The name of the LP is called Dope Smoker. And I'd never heard of them. Does have a pretty cover. Came with a single. And so, having never heard of these guys, I read a little bit about them, and in the album it says Dope Smoker. And they were called pot rock or something. Drug rock or drug metal or, geez, I don't know what they call them. I go, well, drugs. I like drugs. And when I listened to this, I was very high. I smoked a lot of pot. It's got to be like the boringest, shittiest record I've ever listened to all 8 sides plus a single of. Dope Smoker by Sleep. Supposedly it's a master. So that was part of the Third Man Vault, and the next one out for Third Man Vault is the reason I quit my subscription. It is a box set of Primus singles. I go, Primus. Now, Primus is a band, one of the many, many bands that I've just simply ignored, because we all ignore lots of bands, you know? It's like you pick what you like, you listen to what you like, and God knows I've got some records and stuff. And Primus was just not in my, as they say, wheelhouse. And I go, well, great, I'll take them. This was vault number 53 Primus. And it did have, I mean, these singles all are real nice looking, and they all sound good. I have to say, for not knowing anything about Primus, what we got here is 6 singles, which is 2 songs on each one from their first 6 albums. And I guess the deal is Primus never released singles, and so this was a big deal. Well, I don't have a jukebox anymore. I had one for a while, but it never did work, you know? And I don't play singles all that often, although the music sounds good, but disappointed in my Vault subscription from Third Man Records, because I just, you know, I love that Dylan release so much that I went ahead and jumped and bought 4 at a time, and 2 of them are okay, and 3 of them are okay, and 1 of them is just terrible. So what can I say? Non-vinyl purchase. Well, I'm not going to bore you with going and showing it to you, but I got a degritter in January 2022. And this morning, before I made this video, I went to my count, and my count of cleanings is 6,492. So that's setting it off at about 50 cents a cleaning right there. And boy, they sound a lot better. They sound a lot better. So my degritter. Found a grail. Well, this record, I had a digital copy from a CD that I borrowed from the library, which is the only time I've ever seen it. I would have bought it if I'd seen it. I had no idea it came out on vinyl. It did come out on vinyl, the same time as the CD, back in, when is this? 2009, the Texas Sheiks. The Texas Sheiks, Jeff Muldor, Susie Thompson, Cindy Cash Dollar, Stephen Bruton, Johnny Nichols, Bruce Hughes is the band, and they have guests of Jim Quasagan, Floyd Dominoes, and Damian Lanes. And this record is just killer. And this copy of this record I bought still sealed in 2022, a 2009 German press on the Tradition Modern label. But if you can get it, if you can't buy a copy of this record, I'm sure you can probably stream it somewhere. And it's just a great record. What can I say? So there's my Grail space themed album. Well, Blows Against the Empire. This is my original copy. And this year, I got a reissue on some fancy colored vinyl, and boy, the reissue sounds a lot it sounds really good. Of course, this 1970 copy that I bought in 1970, I played the shit out of, so. But it's a space theme, I would guess. Blows Against the Empire. VCLT or a present? Well, I've been watching lots of videos, but haven't been making many, and I have not been getting any VCLT. I did give one or two away, but not many. But the other day when I was at Dave's record store in Berkeley, I found a copy of this record. And actually I found a copy, and Dave gave it to me just because I've been buying so many records from him. This is a volume 6 of this Count Basie volume 6, these French double LP CBS reissues. Earlier in the year at a different record store, I bought volumes 1 through 4. I go, well, there's 4 volumes, 1 through 4. So the other day I'm at Dave's, and Dave's is a small, very small store, and you know, the new editions are just there. They're not sorted. There's not that many of them. And I found a copy of volume 5, and I'm going, geez. And if you look at them, you can see that there's 6 volumes, because on the back of all of them, they got a list of all the things in this Jazzotique. I don't know, it's French. What can I say? This label. So I found number 5 in the new arrival bin, and I go, well, now all I need is number 6. And Dave goes, I think, did you look over on the wall? Over, you know, he's got all the jazz on one side, and he's got everything else on the other side. And there, Count Basie Jazz was number 6. And since Dave's a great record store, I go there. You pay cash, you pay a little less. If you know what I mean, he's great. Now, show an album released in 1973. Well, for that, I'm gonna stand up a little tiny bit. I pull a few of these out here. I just recently got this new set of shells installed, and all of these albums, Elvis, Hoodoo Rhythm Devils, all What the Kids Want, great record. Wake of the Flood, Derek and the Dominoes in concert, Doug Simon Band over the E Street Band up there, Commander Cody's Country Casanova, Bodacious DF, that was Marty Ballin's solo project, 30 Seconds Over Winterland, love the airplane, Rainbow Concert, and Ooh La La. Those are just the ones that I turned around for this video. I think that's it. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.